हेलो एवरीवन। सबसे पहले नमस्ते आप सभी को। माय नेम इज़ रूपांशी एंड आप जिस शो में आए हैं उसका नाम है टॉक विथ लेजेंड्स बाय हेलो सिटी, पावर्ड बाय माइक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इंडिया। ये शो बहुत ही एक खास शो है जो कि हमारी यूथ के लिए बना है, हमारे लोगों के लिए बना है। इस शो में हम ऐसे तमाम लोगों को, ऐसी हस्तियों को लेके आते हैं आपके सामने जिन्होंने अपने देश के लिए, अपने लोगों के लिए अपने कर्तव्यों को निभाया है। स्पेशली उन्होंने अपने अपने एज एन यूथ होके आगे बढ़ते हुए अपने कर्तव्यों के साथ स्पेशली उन्होंने ये सोचा कि किस तरीके से आगे बढ़ना है, किस तरीके से हमें अपने देश के लिए करना है, अपना सर्वप्रथम कर्तव्य पूरा करना है। इसी के साथ साथ अपना भी एक रोल एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है कि हम किस तरह एक अच्छा इंसान बन सकते हैं, आगे आ सकते हैं, उनको हम आपके सामने पेश करते हैं, उनको हम आपके सामने लेके आते हैं। और आज जो हमारे बीच जो एक हस्ती मौजूद है वो बहुत एक हमारे लिए सौभाग्य की बात है, हमारे लिए ऑनर है, प्राइड है कि आज सर हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं। मुझे बड़ा ही मैं गर्वान्वित हूँ और मैं बहुत ही मेरे पास शब्द नहीं है कि मैं जिस तरीके से सर ने आज हमारे बीच में उपस्थिति जागृत की है। साथ साथ उन्होंने हमें ये मौका दिया कि हम आप सबको उनसे मिलवाएं। मैं बुलाना चाहूँगी माननीय इंस्पेक्टर जनरल जयकृत सिंह रावत सर को, STC बॉर्डर सिक्योरिटी फोर्स इंदौर। सर के बारे में मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगी, he has been awarded with the prestigious President Police Medal for Gallantry Award, which he has been honored on the occasion, especially for serving the gallantry at Jammu Kashmir in 2004. He has also been awarded as President Police Medal for Meritorious Services in 2007, and he has also been awarded as the prestigious President Police Medal Award for Distinguished Service in 2017. This is a very, an honorable moment for all of us to have him in our show. Sir, welcome to our show. This is an honor for all of us to have you. Thank you for joining our session and thank you for accepting this interview. Thank you, sir, and welcome in our show.
Thank you very much, Rupanshi, for calling me here and inviting me on your show. I'm grateful to you, and it's a good thing that the younger generation or the younger lot is thinking about that they want to take inspiration from the Indian people who have served for their country. It's a good gesture on your part. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. So, sir, we'll start our interview. Would like to know first from you, आप बचपन में कैसे थे? The most important thing is being in a childhood, every young person inspired to become something. And if you have been into this position, definitely they've been into your mind. Your mindset would be something very much different, and you're surely thinking to, join Border Security Force. So, sir, tell us about yourself, how you've been from the childhood and how you have, initiated your journey.
Okay. Actually, I was born in a small village of Pauri Garhwal, Uttarakhand, and my father was in army. And because his battalion was always deployed in war zone on those years in 1962, 1965, 1971 war, so he could not take us along with him, and we were there staying in those village areas only. And so I started my elementary education from that area only, from that village only. And later on, then when the situation became normal, then we were taken to Dehradun where he was posted, and I started my schooling from there. So I did my high school, and till master degree I completed from Dehradun. And since I was good at studies from the very beginning, so I thought of that let's try for the civil services after completion of my master degree. So I started preparing for that. But the children are always children because they are dependent on the parents. But the moment I started the civil service preparation, my father got retired by the time, which was not in my mind at the time. So, being the eldest son in the family, I thought of that now I should take up any kind of job first, so that to support my family. So, I started preparing for other examination also. So one day I saw an advertisement about vacancies of the assistant commandant in BSF. So I quickly applied for that alongside, and but then it was like a miracle. The examination date came immediately. I passed the exam. The interview came. I passed the interview, and I got into service. And after that, when I got the appointment in Border Security Force as assistant commandant, that also is a class 1 Group A gazetted service. So I got relaxed. So I, being from the force background, I thought that it is blessing in disguise. So let's be in this force only, and I should prove my mettle in this force only. So I joined BSF in 1986. Our BSF Academy for the officers is at Gwalior, Tekanpur. So in 1986, I joined there, and I did my basic training there for 1 year. And after passing out from the academy, then I served various borders of the country. Like first posting was in J&K, then after that I served in Punjab, then Rajasthan, and so on, and even in Assam also. But the maximum period of my service, I served in J&K in counterinsurgency operation during militancy, when the peak militancy was at the peak from 1992 to 2004. I served there as a deputy commandant, as a second in command, and as a commandant also in that area. And after that, then the journey started in BSF, and after serving various frontiers, then I am today at subsidiary training center, where we are giving training to the recruits who are being transformed from a civilian youth to a full-fledged professional borderman who will be standing in front of our adversaries at the borders. Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for giving your such an warm introduction. It was really inspirational for all of us. Seeing your journey into BSF, we people always admire to be. So, as the people who really inspire to join BSF, what are the key roles and responsibilities, as in means the important to be done in BSF? So, आप उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा बताइए कि BSF में किस तरीके से वर्क होता है, एंड कैसे हम हर चीज़ का ध्यान रखते हैं, आप कैसे रखते हैं?
So I'll little bit go into background.
Yes.
What had happened when there was war with China in 1962, and then the war with Pakistan in 1965. At the time, our borders were being guarded by the state armed police forces. So it was felt after 1965 war that our borders should be guarded by such a force who can take on the first thrust of the enemy. So at the time, the chief of the army staff was General J.N. Chaudhary. He advised the then Prime Minister, late Mrs. Indira Gandhi, that we should have a better kind, means a professional kind of force, not the army, because of some kind of UN conventions. All the time, army cannot be at the border. So a force, new kind of force was evolved. So in December 1965, all state armed police, they were converted into border security force, and the first command of this force was given to late Shri K.F. Rustamji, who was the then DG Madhya Pradesh Police. And under his leadership, dynamic leadership, this force grew from 1965 till date. So our role and task is to guard the border during peacetime, when there is all kind of activities. Today, all the borders have been, the border fencing has been erected, various kind of equipment and gadgetry has been installed to check the illegal movement or the infiltration, exploitation, or illegal kind of activities from the borders. But during peacetime, there is a lot of work at the borders. So, and we are surrounded by our adversaries all along our borders. So we should always be alert, and we should protect our borders till the time it really becomes an environment of hostility. So we impart such kind of training to our Jawans that they should be first of all physically very tough, mentally very robust to take on such kind of challenges. Because at the borders, you see, from 24 into 7, we keep vigil on the borders. So for that, a person should be very physically strong and mentally robust, and even emotionally also he should be very tough to discharge his duties at the border. From the first light to last light, and in the night also, all the time the borders are guarded, and the border population is made safe and secure. Their all agricultural land along the border is also protected because of our patrolling, and we ensure that no illegal activity happen at the border, because it is a very porous kind of because of geographical conditions or because of climatic conditions, the challenges come, but BSF does all kind of things that it protects during peacetime our borders properly. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Such an amazing answer, sir. But the important thing after this, as you have said in this, the moment you said that border security force actually takes care before the Indian Army takes over, as discussed. So, sir, the moment such things or crisis happens during this, the borders and everything, what is the incidents that has been happened, or I would like to understand, like, how, sir, we manage that particular time. Usually, the peace time when it happens that border security is taking care. But the moment when something, unusual occurrings are happening, so how we are managing that particular situation, and how the Indian Army is taking over from the border security force. So that wanted to know. Yes, sir.
Actually, in BSF, the training of our troops or the officers is as good as any infantry battalion of the army is imparting training to their troops and the officers. So, as far as our weaponry is concerned, and our tactics is concerned, or our assessment of ground situation is concerned, or our intelligence network is concerned, it is as good as the Indian Army is having. So by having that, at least we are we are maintaining the peace at the borders. But in case something goes wrong, or our adversaries will not take advantage of the situation, so we are there till the time the army comes. Then we have joint exercises with the army, we have war games with the army, so that we are well versed with their functioning, and we at the time of need, then we gel with them, and we provide various kind of assistance to them, being at the border all the time. So in that way, we are capable of defending the borders also till the time the army comes, army takes over. But our mandate is to guard the border during peacetime, and to assist the civil administration at the time of need, and to propagate the peace and harmony among the border area people.
Thank you, sir. Just, sir, we as in youth always used to see Paramveer Chakra. एंड मैं जस्ट आपसे एक मोमेंट शेयर कर रही हूँ कि जब बच्चे थे और जब ये शेयर करते थे, सो एवरी चाइल्ड हैज़ दिस एम टू मीट, टू ग्रीट, and to have a visual connect with the officers of Indian Army or BSF Jawans. So it's really it's a pride moment for me also to having an interview or taking your interview. I'm really feeling so inspired. Like it's a really special moment for me. So sir, my next question to you is would like to know an incident that is really important in your life that has been during this tenure of your journey. Any special moment that you wanted to share in your service tenure?
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, as I said, that in most of the time we were deployed in counter-insurgency operation during peak of the militancy in Kashmir area. So in 1999, I was second in command of a battalion which was deployed near Chirara Sharif. You might have heard about the name. It is in district Budgaon. So we were deployed there, and our battalion was very offensive as far as the because of our leadership, as far as the militant activities in that area was concerned. At the time, I was second in command, and my commandant was late VP Purohit. So, in one of the operations, what had happened, we got the information about the hideout of the militants, and in the meantime, there was some other operation going on in the nearby area. So he directed me that you take my quick response team and the vehicles, and you go there and find out that if there is need of force in that area, because BSF was already deployed there. So I went there. In the meantime, he got an information that there is one hideout, and if he wants to go along with his troop to bust that hideout, because there were 8 militants hiding inside. So he took the decision, and I was engaged somewhere other place, and he, along with the troops, went in one of the operation, and he fought well with them, but his martyrdom came on that day, and he sacrificed his life in one of the operation. So he killed 2 militants in that, but 6 of them they vanished from the scene somehow. So I also disengaged from my operation. I came to that area. We searched. So on searching, we also killed 2 militants who might have injured during this scuffle. And total, we killed 4 militants on that day. But our commandant sacrificed his life, and he was very gallant kind of commandant. So the command was given to me, and we continued in the same manner in that area to nullify any kind of attempt of the militants in that area. And one day, on the eve of Deepavali, this group, I think, later we came to know about that this is the same group who fired in revenge. They fired some kind of rocket on our campus, though nobody injured in that. So then I geared up my intelligence setup, and I gave a task to one of my source. So one day he rang me up that one of the militant out of those 4 who were after our, because our battalion was so offensive that they wanted to hurt our people. So he gave an information that one of the militant is roaming around the market in this color of a scooter and having this number and that. So I went immediately in the bunker. Bunker is a kind of vehicle. So we went there, we chased him, and then we caught him quietly and took him along with his scooter to our campus. Then our intelligence team interrogated him properly. Then in the evening, he told about that where his other 3 people were hiding in a jungle. So we gave the information, we shared the information with the J&K police. We cordoned the area by moving around 20 kilometers on foot in the foothills of the jungle. And in the first light, we closed up our cordon to the extent that there were some kind of living area of the Bakarwals. In the local language that is called dogs. So these militants were hiding inside. So we told this militant that tell them about that they have been cordoned and they should surrender to us. So he went inside, he spoke in his language, but they didn't, and they immediately came outside, and with the help of by taking the shelter of the area there or the big kind of trees there, they kept on firing on us. And they threw grenades also, but we moved ahead, and I, along with my one inspector and 2 jawans, we went inside that road, towards that road, and we nullified all 3 them. And in the meantime, when cross firing was there, so the militant whom we caught one day before, he also got died in the crossfire. So we killed these 4 militant in that operation. I also got a small injury, a minor injury because of the grenade blast in that. But we could kill these 4 militant, and those militants were so notorious that they were very infamous about killing our army jawans and snatching their weaponry. So in that operation, then this was a kind of aim that the militant with whom our commandant got martyrdom. So this whole group we nullified in that area. So there was some kind of peace then after that in that area. So these were the 8 militants who were doing all this kind of courage.
Great, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, this is such an inspiring story, and I mean, all the four who has been, like all the 8 militants who have been there with us. But then you said your commandant died on this particular mission as well, and then you have been handled this such a brave heart, and the way you have done it. So this is amazing to listen live the story and the incident of that particular incident. So really, so.
And these all were from the Pakistan, and 2 of them were Afghani militants.
Okay.
So nobody was from India.
Okay.
They all were foreign militants.
Okay. Okay, sir. And this incident took place in Jammu Kashmir only.
This took place in district Budgaon only.
In district Budgaon only.
Kashmir.
Okay. Yes. So, sir, my another question to you would be regarding NDRF. What all things has been there in that tenure? Would like to know.
After my field tenure, then I got the staff assignment in Delhi in our force headquarters. And during this staff assignment from 2007 to 2010, I got some time, some leisure, and I utilized it by applying for MBA degree of disaster management from IP University Delhi. So on Saturday, Sunday, we used to be busy. For 5 days, we used to be busy in the office, and on Saturday and Sunday, I used to be busy in studying MBA in disaster management. So I utilized my time for doing this degree, and I successfully did this MBA degree from IP University in 2009. It was 2-year degree, weekend course. And after doing that, suddenly I got a chance. Though by this time I got promoted as a DIG, and I was posted in Assam.
Yes.
But I got the opportunity of applying for the post of DIG administration in National Disaster Response Force. It was a newly raised force.
Yes.
So the National Disaster Response Force was created out of the paramilitary force like BSF, CRPF, ITBP, SSB, and CISF.
Okay.
So in 2010, it was this force was having 2 battalions each of these paramilitary forces. So they all were amalgamated into a new force called National Disaster Response Force. So because of our vast experience and of the force or of the service, and I did this disaster management MBA also. So it clicked in that appointment. We did a lot of job there, and during that period we visited various. I happened to go attend and go to various countries to see their disaster management system, and with that new addition, we could do justice, and this organization was benefited. So we raised this force in a very good kind of force. Today, any kind of disaster happen, you must be seeing that the orange
Yes, sir.
uniformed people.
Yes.
Before any disaster comes, the natural disaster or man-made disaster, they are always there. So at the time, the challenges were their training, the amalgamation, taking the force, the manpower, and their training, and during the equipment of world-class equipment. So we did hard work there, and raised this force in such a way that we feel proud of that. This is a very good force now.
Yes.
So I also participated in two big operations. The Sikkim earthquake, when it happens, I led the troops of NDRF in that operation, and in Kedarnath disaster also. I was there, the team leader from the NDRF. So in NDRF also, for 9 years I remained there, and with my experience and the knowledge, I did my best there, and I'm very happy and proud of looking backward. The force which was nascent and today it is at this stage, with all support of the ministry or NDMA or our director generals, this force came up very nice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Definitely, sir, because this is the force when we used to look up to. Usually, the time of earthquake or something, circumstances, unusual, unprecedented circumstances, and we used to see like how people who are in need, the helicopters are going. We are providing food to them. We are rescuing them at the same time. So I have seen that, and we all have seen the way it's pridely working for our country, especially during the circumstances. And it's grateful for all of us to know that you have been the part of the Kedarnath, that you're talking about the circumstances which happened that time. It's something very huge thing, sir. And at the time, the moment it happened. So thank you for sharing this.
In
Yes,
addition to that, I
yes,
would
sir.
like to tell you that when disaster happens, and God forbid that it never happens, but
Yes, sir.
when it happens, then the need of the force is there. But during lull period,
Yes, sir.
these all force personnel, they wherever the battalions of the NDRF are there. For example, one NDRF battalion is almost in every capital city of India. So, for example, one battalion is at Patna. So their area of responsibility are, for example, Jharkhand and Bihar. So what they do during the lull period, they liaise with the district administration and keep all district authorities or the school children or the community prepared for any kind of disaster in that area, according to their geographical or climatic kind of nature. So they are busy in that during lull period, teaching and showing the people the demonstration and how we should protect ourselves, so that people are made aware of. So capacity building is their main aim during lull period. So they are busy throughout the year, and during disaster, of course, they are doing good job.
Great, sir.
Yes.
Great. Sir, also wanted to know on this part only, as you mentioned on this, as you said that the different our forces join to the NDRF. So, sir, NDRF has now a different force only, or the people serve for the tenure to the NDRF and then they go back to their own main service. So, what is this process of getting into NDRF or joining to the other forces, being into border security force or to the Indian Army? Like how this managed? Want to know more knowledge on this, sir? Yes, sir.
So in NDRF today it is a separate force, and on deputation the NDRF is taking the personnel, the officers and the jawans from the paramilitary forces. Like there are 5 forces as of now, rather 6 forces. Assam Rifle has also been included recently. BSF, CRPF, ITBP, SSB, and CISF and Assam Rifles. They are taken on deputation for 5 years or extendable up to 7 years as per their capability, and then they are sent back to the respective paramilitary forces. The reason behind is that in NDRF we need a young lot who are young, energetic, who can sustain the kind of mental and the physical pressure during disaster. You see, in disaster, the people are thinking about, for example, their whereabouts and their problems and the kind of damages, physical damage or the damage to the property. But these guys, these force personnel, till the time the things become normal, they are deployed throughout the period. So for that we need young energetic people. So they are taken on deputation, and after that they are sent back to their respective forces.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Got to know completely. Now have a big picture of how the system works in NDRF. So, my next question to you would be regarding the prestigious honor that you have received. Show us some and sir, enlighten us with your knowledge, like with your experience, like this PPMG award, the President Police Medal for Gallantry Award. That you have received while I think you've been into the JKS. So, sir, what was that all about? It's such a prestigious award, and you have also received the other award like in 2007, the PPMS award for the material services, and then you have completed 25 years of the journey, and you had received the Distinguished Service PPM DS award as well. So, sir, show us some knowledge on like this has been in your tenure, and uh, what all experience that you have that time, especially that incidents that have been happened with that time. So please share, because it's an honor, and to know the journey of your, especially that's yes, sir.
Hmm. So, as I told you that when we were in Kashmir, because maximum period of service I spent in Kashmir. So during that period in that battalion, which was known battalion in whole of the BSF, that it was operationally so good that in this operation which I narrated earlier, in that operation only I got the President Police Medal for Gallantry for neutralizing these four militants who are very notorious kind of militants.
Yes.
And on that day, without taking care of myself, and we proceeded to their hideout, and then before they could start the firing on us, we neutralized them. Otherwise, they could have neutralized us. So
Yes.
it was very dangerous kind of situation, and because of terrain also, and thick jungles also, somehow we could do it because of our training and our dedication. So in that battalion, we almost we nullified all militants from that area. In 1 year, we killed 76 militants. So because of that, then our battalion got DG's banner, a prestigious kind of banner, which was awarded to the battalion from the then Home Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister, Sri L.K. Advani ji. They awarded this from their hand. We took this prestigious award. Then the battalion was shifted because our battalions, they keep on shifting from one place to another place after a tenure of 3 to 5 years. Then we came to Punjab. In Punjab, we did good at the borders, and then our battalion was selected for fighting a kind of competition among the all BSF battalions in the force, uh, to be, and it was to be checked if it is professionally, administratively, or operationally the best battalion or not. But then we proved it, and we got the General Chaudhary Trophy, which is the trophy in the name of General J.N. Chaudhary, which I told you about that during
Yes.
war, because of him, his advice, this force came into existence. So we won that General Chaudhary Trophy also, uh, being declared as the best battalion for operational thing and for on administration part also in 2006. And this DG's banner we got in 2005 for best operational achievement in Kashmir Valley. And then Gallantry Award I got in that operation. After putting in 20 years of service, if some officer or the Jawan is having very commendable kind of record, so he is given President Police Medal for Meritorious Service, which I got in 2007, and the Distinguished Services Award I got in 2017.
Yes.
So the main thing is that from the core of my heart, I'm dedicated to this force, to the nation. So definitely, if once you decide, once you are dedicated towards your work, so awards they automatically come. Yes.
Definitely, sir. Definitely, sir. And sir, it's a pride for Indore to have you. Seriously, because as Indore is, going to be it's the cleanest city of India. It's now working in, air quality index as well. Now it's taking care for the beautification now, and we have amazing people who are working in the traffic police as well. and it's a pride moment for us to have you in an Indore location as an IG for the BSF Indore. So sir, everything is so when I look to Indore, everything is, you know, so proper. Every function is so proper. You are there, and uh, thank you sir, thank you sir for being, you know, in touch with all the youth and for being into such an amazing you know a city as well, and to be a part of it. Thank you sir. Now it's time to, you know, share some amazing thing with you. It's time to have another segment where we'll show some pictures of your, and this will be a segment whose name as the big picture. And now I'll be going to present my screen, and this will be some highlights and milestones of your journey. So let's go to it. So, hello everyone. This is our next segment. The segment is talking about, as you know, it's Talk with the Legends. Our show names is Talk with the Legends, but we'll be moving forward with our next segment, which is name is The Big Picture. The Big Picture is a segment where you will get to know about a legend's journey and how he has been into it. So आगे चलते हैं एंड सर से बात करते हैं. सर, ये आपकी एक फोटो आपके सामने आई है, एंड दिस फोटो इज वुड लाइक टू नो अबाउट दिस, हाउ व्हाट वाज दैट मोमेंट. प्लीज शेयर दैट मोमेंट विद अस सर.
ये हम लोगों का सीमा सुरक्षा बल का जो स्थापना दिवस होता है 1 दिसंबर को हर साल.
जी सर.
ये उस समय जो गृह मंत्री थे उनके द्वारा मुझे गैलेंट्री मेडल अवार्ड किया गया था 2004 में. तो ये उस समय का फोटो है. स्थापना दिवस के बाद जब स्थापना दिवस की परेड होती है, परेड में हम अपने फोर्स का जो भी शो करते हैं, कई तरह के मतलब परेड प्रोग्राम्स, टेबलूज, और उसके बाद जिस भी ऑफिसर ने फोर्स में साल के दौरान में जितना अच्छा काम किया है, उन सभी को गृह मंत्री के द्वारा, ये जो विशिष्ट अतिथि होते हैं उनके द्वारा अवार्ड दिया जाता है. ये अवार्ड मेरे को गैलेंट्री मेडल का है 2004 में.
ओके सर. यस सर. सो सर आगे बढ़ते हैं. सर इसके बारे में बताइए. ये भी एक फोटो है आपकी, एंड इसकी मूवमेंट भी आप शेयर कीजिए सर. जी.
ये 2007 में जब मेरे को मेरिटोरियस सराहनीय सेवाओं के लिए जब ये पदक मिला था, प्रेसिडेंट प्रेस मेडल फॉर मेरिटोरियस सर्विसेज, तो दी देन होम मिनिस्टर श्री पी चिदम्बरम के द्वारा हमारे को विज्ञान भवन में हम लोग एक प्रोग्राम करते हैं. ये प्रोग्राम हम लोग हमारे जो संस्थापक थे इस संगठन के उस समय लेट श्री के रुस्तम जी, तो 21 मई को उनके जन्म दिवस के अवसर पर हम लोग एक प्रोग्राम करते हैं, और उसमें जो सराहनीय सेवाओं के लिए स्थापना दिवस पे तो ये सब का जो रेजिंग डे होता है उसमें गैलेंट्री मेडल दिया जाता है, और जिस समय जो सराहनीय सेवाओं के लिए जो पदक है वो इस उपलक्ष्य में दिए जाते हैं. तो ये विज्ञान भवन में मुझे सराहनीय सेवाओं के लिए पदक उस समय के गृह मंत्री के द्वारा दिया गया.
सर जिस तरीके से हम अभी बात कर रहे थे, हम अब वो देख भी पा रहे हैं, और शायद आज जितने भी बच्चे या जितने भी यूथ इस वीडियो को देखेंगे, जब इस यूट्यूब वीडियो को देखेंगे, तो उन्हें वो मोमेंट भी फ्लैश होगा कि किस तरीके से आपने वो मोमेंट को जिया है. एंड ये एक मोमेंट बहुत एक प्रेस्टिजियस मोमेंट रहा होगा आपके लिए. सर इसके लिए आपको दिल से हम सभी की तरफ से बहुत सारी बधाइयाँ, सारे यूथ और सारे सभी लोगों की तरफ से, जो भी हमारे यहाँ अभी देख रहे हैं, आपको देख पा रहे हैं, एडमायर कर रहे हैं, उसके लिए. तो सर आगे बढ़ते हैं. जी सर.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप लोगों का.
जी सर. आगे बढ़ते हैं सर. सर ये एक प्यारी सी फोटो आपकी थी जहाँ पे प्रणब मुखर्जी के द्वारा आपको ये अवार्ड मिला था. सर इसकी कुछ झलकियाँ बताइए.
ये वही जो अवार्ड गृह मंत्री के द्वारा दिया जाता है, लेकिन इसका जो प्रदान है, ये प्रदान तो राष्ट्रपति के द्वारा किया जाता है, इसीलिए इसको राष्ट्रपति का सराहनीय सेवाओं के लिए अवार्ड दिया जाता है. तो ये जो अवार्ड है, ये विशेष सेवा अवार्ड दिया जा रहा है, मतलब जो दिया गया था
जी
2004 में, उस समय के जो होम मिनिस्टर थे उनके द्वारा दिया गया, लेकिन जो
यस
अथॉरिटी होती है देने की वो उस समय के राष्ट्रपति के द्वारा होती है। ये उनके द्वारा साइन किया हुआ एक डॉक्यूमेंट होता है, और उसके बाद ये होने के बाद तब फिर किसी फंक्शन में होम मिनिस्टर इसको अवार्ड।
ओके सर। सो आई थिंक सभी लोग देख पा रहे होंगे कि कितना प्राइड मोमेंट होता है जब एक मतलब सर ये काफ़ी प्राइड मोमेंट है एंड वी आर यू नो फीलिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग लाइक हाउ दिस हैज़ बीन विथ यू एंड वो अवार्ड भी हम लोग बड़े प्यार से और बड़े ध्यान से देख पा रहे हैं कि जो एक चीज़ उसमें बारीकियाँ जो उसमें मेंशन है वो सब के लिए। सो thank you sir for sharing this lovely picture with us and this is really inspiring.
हमारा
So,
फर्ज होता है देश की सेवा करना, तो हमारा फर्ज होता है, लेकिन ये अच्छी बात है कि देश आपके काम को रिकॉग्नाइज करे
yes
और
sir.
उसको अप्रिशिएट करे। ये हमारे लिए हमारा उत्साह और ज़्यादा बढ़ाता है ये काम करने में।
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल सर। सर इसके बारे में बताइए।
हाँ,
ये
ये मैंने
फोटो
जैसे
है।
बताया,
हाँ जी
जी,
जी जी जी
ये
जी।
कश्मीर घाटी में जब हम लोग की बटालियन अप्लाई थी, मिलिटेंसी जब पीक पे थी 90s में, तो उस समय जैसे मैंने बताया था कि हमारी बटालियन ने सबसे ज़्यादा मतलब वहाँ पे ऑपरेशंस, काउंटर इंसर्जेंसी ऑपरेशन करे हैं, सबसे ज़्यादा मिलिटेंट्स को पकड़ा है, और इनकाउंटर के दौरान में कईयों का डेथ हुआ है, कईयों को मारा है। जब उन्होंने आत्मघाती हमला हमारे ऊपर किया तो रिपल्सन में उनको मारा है। तो उस दौरान में चूँकि बटालियन ने सबसे ज़्यादा वहाँ पे ऑप्स अचीवमेंट करी है, ऑपरेशनल अचीवमेंट, तो उसके लिए उस समय जो हमारे स्थापना दिवस में 2005 की बात है शायद, तो उस समय जो होम मिनिस्टर थे और डिप्टी प्राइम मिनिस्टर थे श्री एल के अडवाणी जी, उनके द्वारा ये हमारे को डीजी महानिदेशक का एक ध्वज दिया जाता है अपनी बटालियन के लिए, ताकि जितने भी हमारी ट्रुप्स हैं बटालियन की, उनको उनके काम का रिकॉग्निशन के कारण उनका और भी मनोबल ऊंचा रहे, तो इसलिए ये ध्वज और ये प्लेक दिया जाता है उसके लिए। तो ये उस समय का है।
ओके सर, ओके। अगेन सर थैंक यू फॉर शेयरिंग दिस पिक्चर विद अस। वो जो मोमेंट है ना आपका, आप काफ़ी यंग भी थे उस टाइम पे, जैसे मैं देख पा रही हूँ सर, काफ़ी मतलब
आज से
इस
15 साल पहले की बात है, 15-16 साल पहले की बात है।
जी सर 15-16 साल पहले एक जो रहता था। एंड सर उस टाइम पे आप वहीं पे पोस्टेड थे क्या?
हाँ,
मतलब
कश्मीर पोस्टेड थे।
कश्मीर पोस्टेड थे। जी, ओके सर, यस सर। सो थैंक यू फॉर शेयरिंग दिस पिक्चर सर। आई थिंक सर दिस इज द बिग पिक्चर जो हमने आपके साथ एक जिया, ये हम सभी को लेके आए। और थैंक यू सर इसके इन सारे पिक्चर्स को हमारे साथ साझा करने के लिए, शेयर करने के लिए, ताकि हम सब बच्चे, इनफैक्ट सब यूथ जितने लोग हैं वो उसको और अच्छे से देख सकें और फिर उसके लिए आगे आ सकें। सर माय अदर क्वेश्चन, द लास्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू वुड बी, जब आप पुरानी जर्नी देखते हैं आपकी, आज से पुरानी एक स्टार्टिंग से लेके अब तक, एनी वन वर्ड और टू वर्ड जो आपको ऐसा लगता है जो उसको रिफ्लेक्ट करे, एंड उसके साथ साथ सर आप एक सोशल मैसेज जो सारे यूथ को देना चाहें, जो कि वो आगे कैसे बढ़ें, वो कैसे इसके लिए थॉट करें, उनको किस तरीके से अपने एफर्ट्स को लगाना चाहिए ताकि वो भी हमारे देश के लिए एक इम्पॉर्टेंट पर्सन बन सकें, आगे आके अपनी एनर्जीज दे सकें, अपने देश के लिए सेवा कर सकें। सो किस तरीके से आप यूथ के लिए एक मैसेज देना चाहेंगे, और साथ साथ सर आपकी एक जर्नी जो आप देखते हैं आज से पहले, वो कैसी रही और किस तरीके से आप उसके लिए कुछ शब्द बताएंगे सर?
यदि मैं अपनी जर्नी की बात करूं तो मुझे बड़ी संतुष्टि है कि जिन परिस्थितियों से निकल करके, और चाहे वो फैमिली की परिस्थिति हो, पारिवारिक परिस्थितियाँ हों, या सर्विस के दौरान में जो डिफ़िकल्ट टेरेन या डिफ़िकल्ट सिचुएशंस जो थी, क्योंकि मिलिटेंसी में काम करना या वैसे भी बॉर्डर के इलाके में एकदम देश की अंतिम सीमा में रह करके ऑल थ्रू द ईयर्स काम करना, या फिर किसी मिलिटेंट लाइक सिचुएशन में जहाँ पर कि हमने ये देखना है कि अपने जो नागरिक हैं उनको भी बचाना है, और साथ में जो उपद्रवी लोग हैं या जो एंटी नेशनल एलिमेंट हैं उनको उनके साथ डील करना, उसको भी देखना है। तो इस तरह की परिस्थितियों से निपटने के बावजूद हमें बड़ी संतुष्टि कि हमने बड़े अच्छे से काम किया। इस फोर्स में रहते हुए अपना नाम कमाया, चाहे मैं डेपुटेशन पे एनडीआरएफ में भी रहा तो वहाँ पर भी हम लोगों ने कोशिश करी कि अच्छा काम करा जाए और अच्छा काम किया। तो आज के यूथ के लिए मेरा यही एक, जो आप बोले थे एक शब्द क्या होना चाहिए, ये शब्द है पैशन। यदि हमारे अंदर ये है कि हमें करना है, किसी चीज़ को करना है, तो ऐसा कोई भी काम नहीं है जो नहीं किया जा सकता। एंड आजकल तो बच्चे सब पढ़े लिखे हैं, जागरूक हैं, अवेयर है, और हर एक कोई आगे बढ़ना चाहता है और अच्छा काम करना चाहता है और एक पॉजिटिव सोच के साथ देश के लिए कुछ ना कुछ करना चाहता है। तो कोई ज़रूरी नहीं है कि फोर्स में ही, जैसे आप लोग भी सेवा कर रहे हैं, एक तरह से हम अलग अलग तरह की सेवाएं हैं देश में, मतलब हर एक कोई आदमी तो डिफेंस में या फोर्सेस में नहीं जा सकता है, लेकिन जहाँ पर भी आप हैं, जिस भी क्षेत्र में हैं आप, उसको आप अच्छे से काम करें, पॉजिटिव सोच के साथ रहें, और देश की उन्नति के लिए हमेशा सोचें कि हम जिस देश में रह रहे हैं, इस देश का रिकॉग्निशन, इस देश की जो इज्जत है वो हमारे नौजवानों के हाथ में है, और उसको हम कैसे और अधिक इसको ऊंचाई पर ले जाएं, उसके लिए हमेशा हम लोगों को सोचना चाहिए और काम करना चाहिए, दिली तौर पे काम करना चाहिए। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कि आपने आज हमें यहाँ पे मौका दिया इस इंटरव्यू के लिए, और बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining this session. Thank you for joining the Talk with the Legend show. आपने एक्सेप्ट किया। आज ये हमारे लिए बहुत ही प्राइड की बात है, ऑनर की बात है कि आपने इस शो में आके बहुत सारे यूथ को अपनी जर्नी बताई, उन्हें अपनी लाइफ के बारे में शेयर किया, उनको आपने मोटिवेट किया। सो थैंक यू सर फॉर जॉइनिंग दिस, थैंक यू फॉर गिविंग योर प्रेशियस टाइम, थैंक यू फॉर कमिंग इनटू द शो।
थैंक यू वेरी मच। थैंक यू।
सो इसी के साथ मैं आप सभी को थैंक यू बोलना चाहूँगी कि आप सब ने इस शो में आए। आपने देखा कि किस तरीके से सर ने अपनी लाइफ के बारे में बताया, स्पेशली किस तरीके से बॉर्डर सिक्योरिटी फोर्स में वर्क होता है। सर एक बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट एक सोल पर्सन है, एक लेजेंड है हमारे लिए, ताकि हम उनसे सीख सकें कि किस तरीके से हमें अपने देश के लिए सेवा करनी है। चाहे आप किसी भी क्षेत्र में हो, हमें अपना बेस्ट देना है, हमें अपने देश की उन्नति के लिए काम करना है, और हमें हमेशा एक कंपैशनेट फीलिंग के साथ हमें वर्क करना चाहिए। हम जो सोचते हैं वो हमें करना चाहिए। अगर हम आर्मी ज्वाइन करने का सोचते हैं तो हमें उसके लिए पूरी मेहनत करनी चाहिए। अगर हम एक सोशल वर्क करते हैं या अपनी जो भी रोल अदा करते हैं उसमें हमें एक कंपैशनेट फीलिंग के साथ आगे होना चाहिए। सर की इसी सोच के साथ सर को हमारा सलाम है। सर की इसी सोच के साथ देश के पूरे नागरिकों के साथ उनके समस्त उनकी तरफ से सर को सलाम है। एंड हम बहुत ओवरवेल्म्ड हैं कि सर हमारे साथ मौजूद थे। आप सभी लोग ऐसे टॉक विद द लेजेंड्स को देखते रहिए। हमें बताइए कि हम और कैसे लेजेंड्स को आपके सामने लेके आ सकते हैं और उनसे हम और कैसे सीख सकते हैं, ताकि हम भी अपना फ़र्ज़ अदा कर सकें। इसी के साथ जय हिंद, जय भारत। थैंक यू।